Hello, and this is the very first video that we're going to go ahead and know how to access the Unix system at TLU. Of course, you all have user ID and you have your own password. So once you get to the secure shell, this is the secure shell on my desktop. I'm going to click on Quick Connect. You type uh, TLU STD UNIX for Unix. I'm typing my username and I'm connecting. It's going to ask me just to be careful about the password. I'll say sure, I'll do that. Now I'm entering my password and I'm not going to say that loud. So here we go. I made a mistake. So hopefully it's going to go. And if I do see the prompt here, the dollar sign, that's mean I am in good shape. I'm going to go ahead and resize this one here so I don't get to be distracted. And the first thing that I'm going to type is to go ahead and say clear for the screen. I'm going to go ahead and use the Nano editor. It's kind of primitive type of word processing. Later we will learn how to use other type of editor, text editor. And I'm going to start with my very first program. So I'm going to call it first PROG, or I could call it PRO 01.c. And this is what's going to be actually named by default. Of course, I could change it if I want, but I'm going to go ahead and write it here. And as you notice in a second, it's going to give me the Nano editor. So I'm going to go ahead and type include that stdio, which is including that standard input and output header. And I'm going to type integer main and close the parentheses, type a brace and hit the tab. And I'm going to be using some command from the Unix system, which is going to be through the call of the system itself, which is really the command clear. This is not a C thing. This is actually I'm asking Unix to help me to clear the system. I'm going to go ahead and use the very first statement in C inside the main function, which is going to say here, hello everyone. And I'm going to use the escape character, which is the backslash, and I'm going to go ahead and followed by in to give me a new line, close the parentheses and semicolon, like everything must be end up with a semicolon as a statement in C programming. And here's another print, if function, open parentheses, quotes. I'll say now this will show us how to compile our first program 01.c. And we're going to go ahead and put a couple in new line 3 actually. Every escape character in indicate one line. I'm going to miss on purpose the semicolon, and I'm going to go ahead and close that with a brace so we get an error when we run it. As you notice here, I'm going to go ahead and say when you exit, you want it to go ahead and say Control X. And I'm going to go ahead and press Control X. And it's going to ask me, do you want to save the changes that you added to the buffer? The buffer is an area in the memory. Those text goes inside. So if you say no, everything you have typed is going to go to waste. And I'm going to say Y for yes. And I'm asking me, do you want to keep the name that I started with when I created the file by typing nano space prog01.c? I said, yes, please keep it as it is. I wanted to save that changes to this file. Otherwise, I'm going to rename it. And here we go. We're going back to the prompt. So I'm going to go ahead and clear the screen. And this is the process of compiling my program. It's going to type GCC. That's the name of the compiler for the C under our Unix system. And the name of the program is prog01.c space. If that was successful, meaning the compiling process is successful. We're going to go ahead and say -O, little o. And then if that also was great, create for me an object code, which is prog01.out. I usually keep the same name of the source code as you see it, prog01.c, in the object code with the same name, of course, with different extension. The source code is with the C, the extension, the object code with the .out. So I'm going to click enter, and you see we're going to have an error in a second. I'm doing that from home, so it's taking probably sometimes to connect with our system at the university. And notice there's a warning. I'm not going to worry about it at this moment, but it tells me there is a semicolon in line 8 that is before the closing brace, which is this one here in the program. I say no problem. I'm going to go ahead and use the upper arrow in my keyboard to call back all the command that I have typed. I'm going to really show nano prog01.c, and that's basically what I wanted to execute or run as a command, knowing that I'm going to have to enter the semicolon where it tells me that I missed it before the lost brace. And I'm going to go ahead and say Control X, and I said yes, I need to change it, keep the same name like we did before. Now we're going to go ahead and hit the clear just to give me show you actually better the way I'm running the program. And I'm going to go ahead and keep hitting the upper arrow in my keyboard until I get to the compile compiling command. I'm going to hit enter, and in no time it's actually telling me that's warning for calling the system clear. So no news is good news under Unix. Now I could go ahead and say go ahead and link the result, because again I could show you the object code, which can really look very ugly. I don't want you to mess with it ever, but let's go ahead and take a look at it. And one more time, this is my actual object code. That's why I shouldn't really look at it as a human. This is for the machine to read it. So I'm going to go ahead and type Control X and get out of it. I'm going to rerun it one more time just to make sure I'm getting the right result, just in case I made a mistake or a space that wasn't needed there. I'm going to go ahead and clear it. So it's compiling good. I'm going to go ahead and say // the name of the program, program 01.out. Now we're going to actually link the result, so I'll be able to see it as a human being rather than the object code that was meant for the machine. So here we go. Hello everyone. And now this will show us how to compile PRO. Notice here, because I put the 3 lines at the end of the statement in my actual code, that's why I have those spaces right here. Thank you for watching. I'm going to be doing more videos for your convenience. At this moment, we're going to stop right here. Thank you.